When I came here, I found a 43-year-old man who had spent his life clearing landmines with a stick and a pair of pliers and caring for wounded children. I didn't know anybody who'd ever done anything like that, and the more I talked to him, the more I became inspired by him.
Before I came to Cambodia, I'd never even heard of a landmine. I knew nothing about weapons, really. I knew there were guns and bombs, that was about, and the atomic bomb I knew about. But when I was in the refugee camps, there were so many people on crutches or being rushed across to hospital to get their legs amputated, like Mr. Chanaret. He told me his story one day, that he was in the forest and he knew his legs were gone, and he just wanted to kill himself. And he asked the other soldier for a gun to kill him, and they wouldn't give, and they put him on a couple of bamboo things and rushed him off to the hospital. So, I mean, the tragedy of that was so terrible.
And when I saw these kids and I realized that a little bit of work on my part could change their lives and change the lives of their brothers and sisters and friends in their villages, I said, you know, I can stay home and in my nice house on the golf course in Palm Springs and read a book and play golf with my father. I can come here and do this for the rest of my life. And, you know, it just, there's no comparison.
But then he also told me the story of his little girl, that he was home absolutely in despair, couldn't be bothered with anything. He had a wife and he had some kids, and this little girl said to him one day, "Daddy, all the other kids have $1 to buy something at the shop, and I've got nothing. Why?" And he got such a shock. He hopped up off his bed and started to go to work and earn some money so that his kids... So it was that little kid that brought him back to life.
I asked him the second day I had met him, I said, "How much does it cost you to do your work, to clear landmines and care for the kids?" And he said, I don't know. And I said, "Come on, you've been doing this for almost 10 years. You got to have some idea." And he said, "You mean to go out to the field and clear the landmines when somebody calls me, and to buy food for the children and send them to school?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, $462 a month. He knew exactly what it cost. So we started raising money from our friends. We raised $1,000 while we were here, gave it to him. I went home. I told him, "I'm going to start a charity and support your work." And he looked at me and said, "Thank you for helping Cambodia." And he rolled his eyes. And I said, "You know, you've heard this before." And he said, "You know, people, they come here and they want to help, and then they go home and they have a family and they have a job and they have children and they forget about us." And he said, "Akira, I'm not going to forget. You know, I can do this and I want to do this." And we started raising money from friends. Now it's $600,000 a year.
So this beautiful place now, I mean, the trees are all grown, so it's very beautiful. We call Mindol Meta Karana, and it's a reflection centre. And we wanted a space that was both healing for people but also gave them a chance to reflect on the broader issues of society, especially Cambodian society, and to try to think about them through the eyes of the poor. And that's why we have so many people who have problems with ability, with disability, or people who've been refugees, or people who've been poor, or people who've had all sorts of traumas in the beginnings of their life, are here to help us see and reflect this kind of society.
There are places in France and Germany and Belgium that you can't enter today because of the ammunition that was used in World War I, and that ended over 100 years ago. This is going to be a problem around the world, and we left this stuff here. We have the responsibility of clearing it up, and particularly people under 20, under 30 have a responsibility for doing it. You will be the people who will live to see this gone if you want to see it gone. If you don't want to see it gone, then let these people die.